What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday. What's going on? Welcome to another AEW Dynamite watch-along here for September 29th, 2021. Dynamite tonight is at the home of Brodie Lee, or the hometown, I guess, in Rochester, New York. So they are going to be adding a Brodie Lee element to this and a little bit of a tribute, I'm sure, which should be very good. Paired with a couple of really good matches. TNT title on the line, Miro and Sammy Guevara and Jungle Boy and Adam Cole, which should be a pretty fun matchup there and one that I don't think we've seen. So get myself situated here, make sure my mic is in the right spot. I've got Rush Hour 3 finishing up on TNT, and we're just a couple of minutes away from Showtime. So I hope you guys are having a great afternoon, great night. Thanks for being here again. Hello to Divine Ricks with a $5 super chat right off the bat from earlier. Hey, Greg, I can definitely see Omega versus Danielson in an Iron Man match. By the way, I'll be going to Dynamite in Philly next week. Brodie Lee forever, hashtag. That's awesome. So they're going to be in Philly next week. That'll be fun, dude. Oh, my God. And yeah, since they set up the Broadway with those guys in the 30-minute deal a couple weeks ago, Iron Man match could be something we might be able to see. There's some rumors of a Bryan Danielson and I think a Nick Jackson match coming up on Rampage, perhaps. That would be pretty cool if they announced that. So, yeah, sky's the limit for Danielson and Omega, but I think they kind of pick that stuff back up after Omega drops the title, I feel like. But you never know. Who knows? But it's going to be fun finding out, and tonight's show ought to be good. Good to see Damon Smith in here from Charleston. Love Charleston. I'm a little bit north from you, or from Wilmington, a little bit north from you, and been down to Charleston a bunch of times. It is a lovely little town. Good to see Lil Justin, Lambo, Jet the Hawk, King Venom, Legend, Deshaun Robinson in the house, HTK, Sam, Chase, C-Mac. Right on. What's going on, guys? Got some great drinking material tonight. Elizabeth plopped these bad boys in my refrigerator yesterday, and I couldn't thank her enough because this is perfect streaming. So cheers. Open up my Broken Skull Sessions, or Broken Skull IPA, excuse me. And if you got a cold one open, cheers to you. Ready to rock for Dynamite. 1 minute till showtime. Or actually probably happening right around now. Rush Hour 3 credits are going very fast on the TNT, and it's about to be showtime. Smash Mr. Thumbs Up button for me. For those of you joining us this evening, don't forget we're here every Wednesday for Dynamite Watch-Alongs. So far, it's been okay. Wish I could have a little bit more viewership than what we have, but we'll try to grow that throughout the season. So make sure you subscribe, tell your friends, and tell your moms specifically, and bring them to the channel. Whatever happened to Chris Tucker, man? He was hilarious. And then he went away. All right, here we go. Little opening Brodie Lee graphic there. Very nice. John Huber, excuse me. No idea what we're opening with here tonight. I just know the two major matches of Miro and Sammy and Jungle and Cole. All right, Dynamite is kicking off. Rochester, huh? Ready to get these guys out to the West Coast, man. I'm ready to go to a show here in San Diego or anywhere around this area. San Diego, L.A., even Phoenix wouldn't be that bad. Vegas for sure. Anything around here, I'm down to go. In my neck of the woods. I like the building. Super small. What do you think that holds? 8,000? If that? All right, CM Punk's opening the show. I feel like he's promoting it. Wasn't aware of any match of his. What's going on, Black Mask? Good to see you. Angie, thank God you're here. We've been worried. Oh, he's going to join commentary? Rancid, I love his Rancid hoodie. Four-man booth tonight with Punk, JR, Excalibur, and Schiavone. Oh, I thought he was going to really dive. Wouldn't that have been some shit if he dove on his first night back and hurt himself? Oh, sweet Bret Hart jacket there by that fan. I have to read the details exactly about what that foundation is that they announced today in John Huber's name. No, Angie, I personally don't think Bray Wyatt's going to be on the show tonight, but just the fact that they're in Rochester and Brodie Lee and people, I think, assume that Wyndham Rotunda will eventually be in AEW. I think a lot of fans were hoping that, if you could choose a perfect venue, place, time, anything like that to come in, this might be it because of the Brodie Lee connection. But in order for that to happen, he would have had to work something out with his 90-day. He might have, but I feel like just knowing WWE, he didn't, and he's probably not showing up tonight. But he'll be there. I do feel like we could see a Dark Order reconciliation. We mentioned that last week, how they teased it, but like Evil Uno wasn't ready to do it, and I felt like they were saving that for tonight. So I think, and this could be a great place for Hangman Page to come back too. Don't know what the hell is going on with him either. But I think we're gonna have some sort of a happy moment here for the Dark Order tonight. That's what I'm assuming, and I think if they can finally like reconcile and come back together, and it takes Brodie's hometown to be able to bring them back together, I think that would be a nice moment for the crowd, and that's what I'm expecting to see. But if they wanted to throw some extra in there, have Bray Wyatt or some shit show up, I'm all for it. I don't think so, though. I say no on Bray Wyatt tonight. All right, we're getting Cole and Jungle right off the bat, huh? All sorts of fun reports throughout the week about what they wanted to do with him in WWE. Cut his hair, call him Adam Boom instead of Adam Cole because, there's Michael Cole on the announce team. And I don't know about you guys, but if there's two people with the same last name in WWE, I can't keep track of them. It's just too hard. No matter how many notes I take or how I write it down or set reminders or anything like that, I cannot keep track of which one's Michael Cole and which one's Adam Cole. So it's a good thing he didn't stay there because if he would have and we would have had two Coles, we wouldn't have been able to handle it as fans. It's just too confusing. It's too disorienting. How are you supposed to keep track of all these guys? There's a Cole over here, a Cole over there. So it's a good thing. The Big Boom. I'm already used to his music, and I loved Undisputed Era's music. I still have my Undisputed Era throw that Elizabeth got me for Christmas hanging up in the by the bedroom door over there. It's still up. Never forget. Yeah, you had to wonder how they got that song done so quick. Did they make one and, in the production just under the assumption that Cole's going to sign? That way they had it ready to rock? I don't know. I don't know the story behind that. It's nice to see him come out walking instead of on the shoulders of... I don't think I've ever seen him come to the ring like this. I'm probably forgetting. I know he had big matches with Jericho and shit, but every time I ever see him, he's on the shoulders of Luchasaurus. Jay Lambo, I saw that there is some talks about Mall of America, and malls suck these days. Who fucking goes to malls? So I can understand why Mall of America would jump on this opportunity in a second to be able to have AEW come to them. So I'm sure as soon as their name was brought up, they were all over that. But a lot of people criticized that first Nitro in a fucking mall, really? It was kind of a cool setup, and it would definitely be great for nostalgia. And you could definitely do a Lex Luger spot where somebody like Kevin Owens or somebody like that defects and shows up in the entranceway. Maybe while Sting is in the ring, because Sting and Flair were in the ring when Luger showed up. I don't know, something like that. It would be fun to do it now. I kind of hope they do it. Why not? They did it on the boat. They've already, AEW's only 2 years old. They've already had a show on a boat, now a mall. Why not? All right, Cole and Jungle Boy. All right, this is sink or swim for you, Jungle Boy. This is a real talent you're in the ring with here. Yeah, AEW wouldn't be able to make any money off that per se, like ticket sales or whatnot, but I think given the right situation, that's something they'd probably sacrifice. They could probably find a way to sell tickets for it. Maybe some elite seats or something like that. But, Dynamites, big things happen on Dynamites. And if you have some sort of major match or major debut or major title change, you'd want an arena crowd setting for that. What kind of a big pop can you get in a mall? So I think maybe just like a throwback show or maybe an Elevation or a Dark or something. I think it would be hard to pull off a Dynamite there. But it would be fun. How many Mall of America shows did they do, though? I thought the only one I can remember is the first one. Did they go back there? I don't recall Nitro making many trips back to the Mall of America unless I'm really forgetting something. I think they were only there the first show. They probably lost a lot more money on stuff like Road Wild and pay-per-views like that where just the bikers were there. Oh, come on, Cole. Saw that coming. Jungle Boy, I'd probably say, outweighs Cole by about 8 pounds. Nice. I just kind of wanted to see this because it was just an interesting match I haven't seen before. So when they announced this, it's not like it's a main event pay-per-view match or anything, but I was like, Cole and Jungle Boy. Sure. Give me that on TV for free. Sign me up. Miro and Sammy Guevara. I'm a big Sammy fan, but I think Sammy's going down. I am not even considering taking that belt off of Miro until the next Olympics. No, the last Nitro wasn't at the mall. That was down in Panama Beach on some resort. Mall of America is in Minnesota, I believe. You know, if they did the Mall of America show, I think it would have to be something similar to what Raw did at the 25th anniversary Raw when they did the Manhattan Center, but they also did the show in Brooklyn or wherever, right? And do it that way instead of having the whole show there. So whatever the venue is, whatever the arena is closest to Mall of America that has a 10,000 seat or better capacity, book that and then run a couple of matches at Mall of America for fun. Maybe do that. That way, if you have some sort of a big match planned, you can still have that in an arena setting. And I think that's kind of how they did it for the Jericho Cruise. No, that's not how they did it. They did the whole thing there, I believe. But you might have to do it something like that. Might make it work better. Otherwise, I don't know. You're going to be sacrificing a lot doing it in the mall because you're going to be taking away. It's not like in the 90s when wrestling didn't require a lot of elaborate sets. You could basically just have a ring, an aisleway, and some theme music. That's all you needed, even on house shows. Where now, think about Malachi Black trying to make the entrance in the Mall of America. What's he going to come out of? Fucking Cinnabon, dressed as that shit. So I think that it would be hard to do that in 2021 based on what a big production wrestling is with the lighting and all that stuff. So have to be willing to either sacrifice that or find a big enough spot in the mall where they can create a stage and a set. But then you'd be losing the visual of the escalators and everything that WCW had. So wrestling is usually good about making wrestling work in interesting venues. So that's why I'm all for it. I just not quite sure if it work as well as some of the other things wrestling has tried. Can't be worse than having shit on the beach, Cole just working over Cole. Or working over Jungle. I like how lately on WWE TV, Nia Jax has been like, give me the Jungle Boy with her hair. Took Adam Cole inside out with that lariat there. Yeah, exactly, Digital Lizard. That's a good suggestion. Maybe do Rampage at the mall instead of Dynamite, or maybe do some dark matches there with maybe one big feature match or something, Damn, Damon, Wilmington is the second favorite town in the world besides Charleston. They're very similar. Charleston has actually got a lot more charm to it than Wilmington, but yeah, I love Wilmington. I miss it. Crowd is hot. I'm happy. I like as soon as they opened up and showed the wide shot of the arena, I liked it. I'm like, oh, it's smaller. Looks like about 8K in there. CM Punk dropping the Lloyds of London insurance. Big money. Yeah, Lloyds of London has prevented many a wrestler from performing on TNT. Nice German from Jungle. What if they do debut Wyatt there? Where? At the mall? Holy shit. No, it's not your old eyes, Black Mask. NXT is very bright. I haven't seen much of it. Saw a little bit of Braun Breaker. Saw a little bit of the Mandy Rose and Raquel Gonzalez stuff last night. And the Dexter Loomis condom thing was all great, but haven't gotten a good look at a lot of these new characters that they've been debuting. I've only kind of looked at a couple of them, don't know much about them. I know the woke guy or whatever, and then there's another one, and they're kind of going in an edgier direction, but I still haven't given it a whole lot of attention yet. And I'm not sure if I will. I work Tuesdays, and I just, once it all went to shit over there, I was like, I don't have a lot of motivation to check out NXT, but, and then it looks like the one good thing they got going over there, this, god damn, what is he doing? Oh, big roll up there. But Steiner's kid, who is so impressive and can just cut a promo like Scott and looks so good, and they fucked that up with the Braun Breaker thing. So I don't know. I don't know if he breaks bronze or what. I don't even understand. I don't get it. I'm definitely like, man, there's just so many possibilities for programs. You know, you hear CM Punk on the mic right now or on commentary. I'm like, what if him and Adam Cole just cross paths here at some point? It's going to be fun when CM Punk gets away from Team Taz and really starts doing some heavy hitting. I'm going to be interested in that. Oh, Gorilla Monsoon's hometown, Rochester, huh? I actually have been to Rochester. Like, driven through there once. Wasn't impressed. But, oh, Poison, Rana, beautiful. You almost forgot who hit that on who because they both got up. Oh, it's almost like a last shot, but an elbow. Jungle is really upped up the intensity here. I don't know what that was either. Muscle buster-ish looking thing. Yeah, MJF versus Punk. Jesus. Punk versus like 10 guys right off the bat. God. Cole versus Pillman. I'm not sure if Pillman's ready for that match. I think it'd be a good match, though. Oh, my God. Big kick right to Jungle Boy. He's outside of the ring. If you're wondering what the hell this thing on my head is, the other night I cut my head with my fingernail. I was at my parents' house. My niece was there. I was playing with her with a blanket, and I was like pulling it over my head. And when I pulled it over my head, my nail on my thumb caught me, and I immediately started bleeding. I had a blade job at my parents' house, so I'm still waiting for that to heal, and it's pissing me off. It's going to be tough to shave that, so we'll see. In case you're wondering about this freakish deformity on my head. It's like Greg went to his parents' house and got color. Who would have thought? What's up, Vash Starwin? Good to see you. Yeah, Sam, you're right. I mean, if Ooh, gosh. I think Jungle Boy's a hair further along than Pillman in terms of how good he is in the ring. But this is going to be a good match for him to have, and Cole's going to make him look good. And Cole will do the same for Pillman. Running Rana over. Look at that. Unbelievable shot. Oh, my God. Jungle Boy's teeth are in the 9th row if anybody wants to go get them. There's a Panama Sunrise. Is he going to kick out of that? I say he kicks out. Yep, kicked out. That was great. I mean, the way Jungle came in and ate that super kick, and then a Panama Sunrise, and that's about it. That's as close to a 3 count as you can get. Even Aubrey's freaked out. She's like, oh, shit, that was crazy. What's up, King Venom? It's good to see you. You would think. JD Squad in the house. What's up, man? That was great. That was fucking great. What a great match to open with. Was he going for the boom? I think it's called the boom now. Nope, missed. Do not. STF. Come on, Cole. I'm rooting for Cole. I don't want him to lose Jungle Boy. But this has been a great match. Jungle hanging on. Wow, he's got him all the way in the middle now. I was about to say he's going to have to reverse this. He did. Cole kicks Jungle out of the ring. Here comes Jungle. Watch out for that super kick again. Oh, no. Don't bump Aubrey. Oh, low blow. That's your veteran move. Get out of the way, Aubrey. Boom. There's the boom, literally. He executed that well, despite that Aubrey kind of got in the way there. Took a low blow to do it. That was booked with a great finish. You just didn't go out there and beat Jungle Boy. You had an established talent, making him look good, and using a low blow, heelish move to win. It keeps that narrative of Jungle Boy being a guy with a bright future intact, you know? Like, all of his outings, even in losing efforts, have been super amazing efforts. King Bling Blah. What's up, man? Thanks for the $2. Smart or not, AEW runs a Super Bowl commercial. You know, this might sound crazy to say, but I think maybe it would be smart if they... almost if they kind of made some sort of reference to WWE and how much better they are than them. You know, like all the other commercials do that. Like Coke shits on Pepsi and whatnot. So, I don't know, maybe. I don't know. The Cottons can afford it, so I'd say smart. All right, so here comes the entire elite to help or celebrate with Cole. Jesus. Look at these bucks. I guess the elite is coming to the ring. Sans Omega. Oh, no, he's there. I see the belt. Omega's there. He's just way in the background. All right. It's time for Little Caesars commercial. Hey, what's up, Brittany? Been doing great. How about you? Glad you're here. Sam, I think my audio is fine. My audio what? My voice audio or the audio to the wrestling show? Because I'm playing that on low on purpose. Because I tried the headphones thing. I didn't like it, so I'm just going to go with keeping the audio low, and my mic shouldn't pick up too much. Well, now you're saying that too. Let me hear myself. Sam, I think my audio is fine. My audio what? My voice audio or the... I sound good to me. I'm not playing the audio to the show on purpose, so if that's why it's low, then that's done by design. But I have my mic volume on the same volume I always have it on, so I think I'm all right. Panama Sunrise sounds like a great drink. Yeah, it does. It would definitely be layered like a tequila sunrise. So I don't know what you put in a Panama Sunrise. What do they drink down there in Panama? Probably rum. So it's probably like rum and OJ and maybe some passion fruit or something. I don't know. Yeah, JD Squad, we mentioned Hangman coming back tonight as a possibility. I think last week they did that deal with the Dark Order on purpose, making them try to reconcile, but Evil Uno still not being ready to do it. And I was like, they're saving that for tonight. So I think tonight in the ring, we'll get a big moment. -1 could be a part of this, maybe Brodie Lee's family or something like that. And having Hangman come back would be perfect. So that's what I think it's more likely Hangman returns tonight than Bray Wyatt. So we'll see. Yeah, I have to be careful with the audio not picking up anything from the show because I don't want to get any sort of copyright bullshit or anything like that. So that's why you just have to watch my face and hear a lot of muffled noise in the background. All right. I haven't been watching a ton of football, Brittany, but when watching a little, I'm playing fantasy again, of course. So I've made a point to try to have football on a little bit more this year because I'm off on Sundays and stuff. But still, I haven't watched as much as I should. So I'm gonna try to get into the groove here this fall. Oh, Roads to the Top premieres next. Y'all want to do a watch along with that too? Hang out together and watch that all night? All right, we are back with the Elite in the ring. The Super Elite. What does it say? Cash only, brother friendly? Fucking Cutler is still out there. Oh, if the Jags ever do make the Super Bowl, I would think that AEW will have some sort of a presence in that. Like I said before on these watch-alongs, I don't know anything about shoes. So those of you in the chat that do, how many dollars do you think in shoes are in that ring right now? How many dollars worth? Like when y'all tell me that some shoes cost like $3,000, I'm like, who the fuck would buy that? I just bought a $500 litter box the other day, and I'm still having PTSD over it. I can't imagine spending $3,000 on a shoe, on a fucking shoe. Give me a $60 pair of Vans, and I'm happy. Shut up, Brandon. Yeah, goddamn, that guy. Brandon, go stand over there, right over there where that other guy is. Stand. At least Nakazawa's keeping him in check. They should give Nakazawa like a little taser to where he can tase Cutler when he's getting like a little bit obnoxious, which is every day, all the time. So give him like 2 tasers in case one taser runs out of gas. So you can keep tasing Cutler with the other one. CM Punk. I mean, $200 shoes, maybe. I just don't give a shit about fashion. I think I just look fabulous no matter what I wear, so I certainly don't care about wearing any name brand shit. I don't care. That was very important to me in the 8th grade, but it's not important to me at 44 years old. So maybe $200 shoes, but probably not. Who am I trying to impress? What Meltzer give it? 11 stars, right? I think it was a great match. I don't think it was 11 stars, but fucking great. You kicked me in my belly, he says. I'm trying to get my mic right. There we go. Zero record. Do they do in the records? Did they do the ties and the draws? Is it like, is Brian like 0-0-1? I think they do that, don't they? Well, here he comes, by the way. I'm so happy he's in AEW. Wearing his white T-shirt. They should seriously put just plain white Hanes T-shirts on AEW shop. Like with nothing else. And charge $30 for them. See how many you can sell. Yeah, I'd like to see that rematch, Brian Danielson. I want a rematch too, but I can wait. It's cool, y'all. You can do it next year if you want. Yeah, you don't have the balls, Kenny. No balls on you. No balls, no balls. I love it. We got a no balls chant on AEW. Kenny No Balls Omega. It's official. Get that on a shirt ASAP. Check Pro Wrestling Tees. Might be up there. Kenny No Balls. That's a t-shirt. They just repeated me. Evan Neal. Cheers to that, man. Rest in peace, John Huber. Oh, yeah. This is where I think this is where it's going to be a buck, right? Kenny's going to have a match on Rampage, taped later tonight. I think they should poke fun at Rampage being taped. When Kenny's like, let's do it today. And Brian's like, we are, because we tape Rampage later, you dumbass. All right, so Brian says, let's do it now. Okay, who's he got? Christian and company? Just you, Brian. That was Kaz and Christian and Lucha. Oh, Marco Stunt's here. The Elite is fucked. I was about to say, they were probably going to be all right until Stunt got here. You don't want none of him. When you piss off 118 pounds, you better get the fuck out of Dodge. Marco Stunt's had 2 Mountain Dews and a whatchamacallit, and he's not messing around. No balls, no balls. Simple but effective. You have no balls. I don't know what the medical term for that is. If you have no balls. What do you have, like just an empty sack? Is the sack still there? Void of balls? Or is it just your cock and nothing else? What do you guys think it is? If you have no balls, do you still have a sack? These are questions that need to be answered if we want to move forward with the storyline. I like how Punk has to sit on the edge. So they didn't announce who, well, I guess we're went to commercial. But I had heard it was going to be like Daniel Bryan versus Bryan Danielson, versus one of the Bucks on Rampage. Can I see Luchasaurus as heavyweight champion? No. You never know. They might give him some sort of push. Fans love him. On the Jericho cruise, him and his, girlfriend or wife, they ate right behind us. We went into the big dining room for dinner. It was like a sit-down dinner where they come to you, and they came in maskless, and they were sitting right behind us and had dinner. It was cool. What's up, David Brown? Good to see you. Oh, CM Punk face of Wardlow? I don't know. Might not be the first match I'd make between two guys. Credit Karma commercial. I use them, actually. They're actually quite good. I've used Credit Karma for, probably close to 10 years. It really did help. Like, I have impeccable credit now, and it wasn't always like that. Can't believe I'm actually promoting this stupid commercial, but it's free. It's a good app. You guys should use it. If you want to improve your credit, go to Credit Karma. Start monitoring it. Get your shit together. What's up, Edward Smith? Good to see you. Welcome, my Detroit friend. Ed, what is the first Detroit professional team, or what's the next professional team in Detroit to win a championship? Doesn't seem like any of them are really making any strides. Maybe the Pistons, but, they got the draft pick and whatnot, but shit. Are we ever going to see a title come back to our city? Ever? Or the city I used to live in that I still am very loyal to? If I had to choose, I would kind of hope it's the Pistons. I just have so many good memories of the Bad Boys and the great Pistons years. I was alive when the Tigers won the World Series in '84 against these San Diego Padres. I was 8, but fuck. Or 7, however, 7 or 8. Damn, Alex Crawford, that is a graphic description of what Vince would do to his trousers. Where is Pac? At one point, I thought the Luchas were going to turn on Pac and join Andrade. I don't think so now. But they're still pushing this shit, so. Oh, man, did it right to his face, too. So what is that? Andrade's challenging these guys to a tag title match? Oh, he's got some friends to take those titles. Who's he talking about? Who's his friends? Here come the Seidel boys, right? Or is it Dante Martin? Yeah, it's Dante Martin. Okay. Isn't there another Seidel? And there's two of these fuckers, kind of like the Zigglers. What's up, Spaz Phoenix? Big love to you, man. Thanks for the 5. Big love to Big G in the chat. There will be a review of this show dropping as they do now at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Spaz Phoenix Podcast, baby. Go subscribe to Spaz, Phoenix's YouTube channel and listen to his podcast. It's always good to have a schedule. It's always good to have a time and a set day to do things. It makes it easier for your listeners. And 10 a.m. tomorrow for Spaz. Well, Brittany, WWE used Adam Cole just fine in NXT. It was the fear of what they would do to him on the main roster. So that is one thing Adam Cole can say, is that he wasn't mistreated at all. But I think that would have changed going to Raw or SmackDown. And they certainly wouldn't make him look like this. Oh, good. Cody's here. What do you have to say? You're talking about your stupid show that I'm not going to watch? Let me know how Roads to the Top is. If I ain't watching Ms. and Mrs., I sure as shit ain't watching Roads to the Top. And I'm not watching Dancing with Stars either, because I've never watched it. And I don't care about dancing. I don't care about stars, and I don't care about the Miz. So why the fuck would I watch that, you know? Okay, so it's Cody and Lee Johnson? Is that who it is? Yeah, Lee Johnson and Brandy and Arn are with him. Thank God he didn't beat Malachi Black. I'm so glad, Ed, I'm so glad that Yzerman is there as the GM. That just warms my heart, because he was GM somewhere else, wasn't he? And I remember just feeling uncomfortable about that. I'm like, Stevie Y has got to be there. It's kind of like when Dumars was GM at the Pistons and stuff. So even though I guess he wasn't that great, I just hope Yzerman is an effective GM that can have a long run there. That would just satisfy, I think, the Wings fans internally. So, yeah, the Wings were always like the Yankees of hockey, and I feel like the Blackhawks have kind of overtaken them there in that regard when it comes to cups and legacy and stuff. So I'd like to see the Wings get back to that, because they were, you know, they got a lot of history. Five more from Spaz. Hashtag Spaz Phoenix is all elite, because, I mean, as far as NXT, look what they did to my boy. Yeah, it don't look the same, does it? Braun Breaker. I don't think I'll ever get past that. And he's so good. It's like WWE like deliberately throws an obstacle in this guy's way. I'm like, why would you do that? Like, they got to do something about that name. I'll never take him seriously. Yeah, Cody's going to turn heel for sure. He better. It'd be a stupid move not to. You got half the crowd chanting, "You suck," every time you get out there. You dress like goddamn Captain Planet or something. Oh, by the way, since we're kind of in a throwaway tag match, well, not throwaway, something fun might happen here, but keep this in mind for this weekend. It might be weird with my videos in terms of how I'm going to cover the draft. I have a family event that I'm going to be attending Saturday, so I'm going to find out, like, tomorrow what that's going to do. So what's going to happen on Saturday is either I'm going to come up here a little bit earlier than normal for the Winged Eagle, but it's going to be a Cliff's Notes Winged Eagle, where we're probably going to focus only on the draft, night one from SmackDown on Friday. Maybe touch on Rampage, any other wrestling news. Probably won't be a terribly long podcast. But if something changes and I'm needed earlier on Saturday, I'm going to bump the entire podcast to Sunday. So just keep that in mind. You're either going to get probably a slightly quicker version of the Winged Eagle on Saturday, around 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, or the entire podcast moved to Sunday. I don't want to move it to Sunday because football's on. A lot of you guys might want to watch that, but I also might not have a choice. So good time to subscribe, good time to follow on Twitter. Just stay tuned to that, and I'll let you guys know tomorrow or Friday what the hell I'm going to do. Look at Dante Martin in that split screen. He just springboard dove from the top rope onto the floor and landed so light on his feet as if he jumped off a 2-foot platform. And this was all in picture-in-picture. Very, very Ricochet-ish. That's for sure. Yeah, a guy like Steiner, it's all you need, when you're that big and stuff, just smash guys down, have that intensity, He has that type of intensity in my mind that connects more than somebody like Mojo Rawley's intensity did. His was so over the top. Plus, I think he really lacked, some of that pro wrestler in the ring stuff that Steiner definitely has. And I have high hopes for him. Love the kid. He's so young. But what are they doing with that name, man? How many people sat around a table and unanimously agreed that this would be the name he takes? How does that happen? It's like, you're going to name someone Shitburger or something. Wouldn't you be like, do we really want to name this guy Shitburger? Like, somebody should have, I don't understand. I'll never understand. Oh, you can see Cody walking out on this match? Yeah, he might. If he gets a little frustrated here with Lee Johnson's lack of offense, and he's cornered right now. He's in no man's land. I don't know if these opponents are big enough opponents for Cody to get so frustrated that he'd walk away. Seems like a strange place to turn heel for Cody with these 3 guys in the ring. I feel like it would be he'd insist that it was a bigger deal than that. Plus, I don't know if he's going to turn heel tonight. I feel like Roads to the Top should start first, and then the fans can probably criticize the show and make fun of it and shit, and then he can kind of use that. You're just mad because I'm achieving more than any of you ever could or whatever, and kind of go into his MJF Miz-ish type of character that way. God, look, they did that replay from the ceiling cam of Martin's dive there. That's awesome. Landed right on his feet. One thing I will say about Cody and Dustin, I've never been a fan of the drop down and punch from underneath move that they do. It only looks good like 1 out of 10 times. Like sometimes it does, but they hit the mat so hard it doesn't come off very smooth. There is like a very effective counter. So it's actually just something that they've both always done. Goldust did it for the longest time that I've ever really never liked. Ooh, big kick to Seidel. He's down. Oh, wow. Good job by Dante Martin keeping his head tucked there on that vertebraker. Spaz, you got 5 more. 1/2 of 2 different tag teams versus Lee, who's a great babyface, and Cody, who, well, his dad is good. Yeah, his dad is definitely good. Yeah, it feels like they do have split teams going on here. We shouldn't make fun of Cody. I really do like Cody. When I met him on the cruise, he was very chatty. Nope, good kick out by Cody. I'm not I know a lot of people want the Fiend. I would love nothing. We got to stop calling him the Fiend. But if Wyndham Rotundo shows up, I will mark the fuck out. But I don't think he's showing up. I think he's still in the middle of that 90-day, and it's going to have to run its course first. But tonight being in Rochester certainly does make it a perfect place for that debut to happen. But I think we could also see Hangman come back instead. Do Wyndham on another day. So my wrestling gut instinct tells me no Wyndham Rotundo tonight. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. I kind of hope I'm wrong. But I think I'm right. Good roll up by Lee. Fucking kick right to Seidel's face. Come on, Evan Bourne. Get your shit together. If Cody turns to Dustin, go back to Goldust and turn heel, I don't think Dustin can be Goldust in AEW. Dustin turning heel with him? I don't know. Wow. Wow. What was that finisher that Lee Johnson used? It was like a basically fisherman suplex, but then he brings him down into like a neck breaker, shoulder breaker type of move on the knee. Looked good. Might not look good executed on everybody, but it looked great executed on Dante. Oh, he tagged himself in. I didn't even catch that. So that's going to make Cody mad, right? See, CM Punk sees it. He knows there's drama. You might upset Cody. He might go get a tattoo on the other side of his neck. Oh, Shivani's out there. Good. Maybe this will be the heel turn. Yeah, Lee Johnson and Dante Martin remind me of Wesley, MSK. Like some super crazy. Why do you want Malachi Black? So you can get beat again? You better not beat Malachi Black. Excalibur should invent a Japanese name for that. He should. Get on that shit, Excalibur. Arn laying down the law to Cody. Yeah, Cody. Yeah, ask Lee. This is listen to Arn. This is good fatherly advice here. What's up, Ben? It's good to see you. There's more than two differences between you and Cody, Arn. Let me tell you. I'm here to tell you. Damn, Arn. Whoa. I don't think you should be saying that on TV, Arn Anderson. Put a Glock on his head and spill his brains on the concrete? I heard some report Jericho said that TNT got mad at him for smoking. Arn's holding guns to people's heads? That's really crazy. Oh, good promo by Arn there, at least letting Cody know what's what and what's up. All right, we got a Geico commercial. Maybe it's Arn who turns heel. Could be. I think it's going to be Cody. Cody's just too natural at it. Glock talk was extreme, but that's how men talk in reality. So no, it isn't. I cannot think of one specific time where I've talked to my friends about pulling out a Glock and splattering somebody's brains on the pavement. I think that's how weak men talk, but that's not how well-adjusted adults talk at all. But Arn was getting his point across there. I think it might have worked on Cody, but it also might have set Cody in a different direction to turn on this motherfucker. Man, just letting this kid know. If Arn shows up next week with like a Tupac bandana, I'm going to die. I will laugh and just think it's the greatest thing. What a great gimmick for Arn. Turn Arn into like John Cena's Thugonomics character and just let it play out, man. No, Rodder, I don't think I'm ever going to be in a position where I'm going to have to pull out my 9. I live in the burbs. Bounty, the quicker picker upper. I hope Dog the Bounty Hunter picks up that fucking guy who killed the van life girl. Moxley's coming out next? Nice. Good. Oh, we got these big, who are those guys? These bear cat guys or whatever the fuck they're called? Oh, barbershop talk. Well, Roderick, as you can clearly see, that isn't a place where I go. But, so yeah, maybe I'm missing out. Damn, he's with Sting and Darby. This is great. I really hope that Renee Paquette joins AEW once her 6-year no-compete clause is over. Why hasn't WWE or AEW done more with Lee Johnson? Well, I mean, he's in matches. He was on a Dynamite match here with Cody and won. So that counts. But, I mean, he's in a tag team, right? These are like guys that I can see being breakout stars, you know, for sure. So I think you'll see guys like that get opportunities for sure, especially those super athletic guys that mostly work in like dark and elevation shit. Bear County. It's Bear County, CM Punk says. It's Bear County. Is it Bear Country or Bear County? I think it should be Bear County. Oh, is this? So this is a 6-man. Yeah, this is the first time for him. I didn't even know about this match was happening. Thanks for 5 more, Spaz. Tony's like, let's get a good soundtrack first, then we'll do some wrestling. I mean, this show is only 1 hour in, and we've already had 3 theme songs that Tony has paid for, with Punk and Mox and Jungle. Yeah, I think what Eddie's got going for him is he's got that connection with the fans. I mean, they're able to look past a lot of other glaring issues in terms of, number one is age, but the shape he's in, and he's not that wonderful and smooth in the ring because he's not super athletic. He's more of a promo persona. Oh, guy who can, obviously, with that pretty good German there he threw, can wrestle and do some shit, but he's not the guy I'd be having in multiple 15-minute matches per week. You know what I mean? I don't think Kingston is as... Oh, that might have crushed Moxley's sternum there. He tried to German the other Bear County guy. Big coffin drop. I'm surprised these guys didn't catch Darby. Yeah, Green with a big kick to Moxley, who just barely sold it. See, he bounced right off Moxley and Kingston, but Darby should have bounced off Bear County. That was kind of funny. Well, that was it. That was a squash if I've ever seen one. Mox didn't even take his vest off. Darby didn't have to do anything. Sting just stood there. The movie Major League. Hey, I'm actually related to Tom Selleck. Very true. Fun fact about good mic work. You make my heart sing. My mom has met him. I have not. I love the Brodie Lee signs. Oh, Sting's going to death drop him? Oh. Well, Anthony got slop dropped or whatever, but that's okay. It happens. Because it's the song they like, not you, Ruby. That was a good match last week. I never saw the movie Tom Selleck did. Was it? It wasn't Major League. It was something else. Oh, that's right. He was. Was that also where Blood and Guts was? Rochester? Or was supposed to be anyway? I haven't really seen the Hardy family office out in mass together, really. I mean, I have been to Rochester one time, and although I'm not going to trash the town, I certainly was not impressed. And I was happy that it was just a passing through type of situation. I might have peed there. I think I did. So you're welcome, Rochester. You have some of my pee. From wherever. Wing whatever. That's right. Later on, they're taping the Hair versus Hair he's got versus Jack Evans for Rampage. All right, so this might be some Dark Order stuff. -1 is there. -1's going to be getting bigger and bigger every time we see him now because, if you go a couple of months between appearances for him, kids grow like ridiculous. So like, if we don't see him for another 5 months, he'll be like fucking half a foot taller. He already looks a little taller. We're going on, what are we going on, 9 months now since he passed? Brodie passed away right after Christmas, right? There's Cole Cabana at ringside with CM Punk on commentary. They're going to sacrifice the little one. I hope not. They might. No, they won't. I mean, CM Punk cites Brodie Lee as one of the reasons that convinced him to sign with AEW, just because of the way they handled and kept his illness a secret and were able to keep that under wraps and nobody leaked it. He said that was, so this is, what the fuck is this? A 10-man? A 12-man? Survivor Series? Jesus. Man. Oh, they're already fighting. Yeah, so what we predicted this week is that they're going to come together. They're going to have some dissension here, but they'll hug or something will happen to bring everybody together. Thank you, Brodie. Is that what I'm hearing? It's a 16-man tag. Jesus Christ. For real this is? So this is like I just put on Twitter, this is like the Survivor Series tag team eliminations in 87 and 88. Those were 20-man tags. This is a 16? Damn. Oh, okay, picture in picture. This is like a fucking battle royal. I'm not a huge fan of the Hardy family office, but I don't mind it because factions can always spawn stars, and it's always a good launching pad and starting point for a lot of people to try to get them over and stuff, and you have a veteran leading a big faction like that. I don't mind it. I just don't think that it shouldn't be involved in too many heavy storylines. There was, I think it was a couple weeks ago or last week or whenever it was, I think I saw Hardy or somebody associated with the HFO like 3 times, you know, during Rampage or something. I'm like, that's a little much. But they tried the broken shit too and even admitted some of their mistakes in that. Maybe it was just a little too silly and a little too hokey. It had its place in 2016 TNA, but this is the third company now they've tried this in, and it's only really worked in one. So I would take that as a sign. Yeah, the Brooklyn jersey, that's it's not Mark Quinn, that's the other one. Whatever his name is. Bowens? Is that right? Well, at least we got picture in picture here. See, since so many Dark Order members are out there, that's why I think my prediction comes true here. Do any of y'all have Liberty Mutual? I've seen enough of these fucking commercials. Well, since it's picture in picture, it's a perfect time to go get another Broken Skull. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. We are back. I decided to actually not open another Broken Skull and switch over to something a little lighter, Stella, because I have some work to do tonight, and I don't want to be too buzzed for that. So are they going to shave Evans' head? Because they're certainly not going to shave Cassidy's, right? Like, I can't see any other scenario here in this match than having Dark Order have some sort of a heartwarming moment. You know what I mean? I mean, if these guys walk away from each other all pissed off, well, I suppose they could and still do something later on in the show or even on Rampage, but oh, here we go. It's all breaking down. Oh, I love it. -1. He's not playing games. And Amanda. What would Brodie be saying? Yeah, we were dead on with that prediction. We're going to get a very heartwarming. There they go. That was what they needed. It's good to see Amanda back out there. Yeah, I know. They got poor Aubrey out there. Oof. I hope nobody tore a knee on that one. Jeez. I just want to see or hear CM Punk say Colt Cabana's name. Conti and Anna Jay up there with -1. You're a lucky man, -1. Ooh, Silver is just going off. Nice sell by Evans. Took out both private parties. Silver's going full Cesaro here, and he wants the tag. Fuck it, whoever's legal, just go for it. Just tornado rules this bitch. Big spine by number 10. I keep forgetting that Cassidy's even a part of this. Damn, they are Germaning, rolling elbow, stunning this fucker. They are fucking discount Drax up. Wow. That's ball game. Somebody want to pin him? There you go. Yeah, no kidding. They're -1, and Amanda laid down the law. I like how -1 done playing any games. He's like, look, fuckers. Like Brodie chance. Yeah, get Anna Jay. Yes, they're there. There's the hug. Told y'all they would save it for this week. And -1. They're WrestleMania 10ing little -1. What a great feeling. It's still sad. That wound is very much open with Brodie. Still getting shout-outs, even from Big E just last week when he won the title, you know? Hi, Leo Rush. Haven't you retired twice? I'm really happy you're here. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm taking stock advice from you, but I don't know, maybe. Show me what you got. I wouldn't ever drive a Bentley, but I sure would like to afford one. Okay. All right, Leo. Well, good. He showed up that one pay-per-view at the Battle Royal, right? Got dumped out and then retired like the next day. Looks like we might see him again. He might be a manager. I kind of hope he gets back in the ring because he's super talented. I'd never know what's going on with him. He seems to be so hot and cold and all the time. And when he showed up in AEW previously, I'm like, oh, great, he's here. And then he kind of got eliminated in the Battle Royal pretty quick. And then, like, what was it, like the next day? He said he was retiring. So I knew not to trust that because he's young and impulsive and doesn't know what the fuck he wants to do. So if they're bringing him back in here in any capacity, I think that's good because he's super talented and has a ton to offer. So that's good. Either way, happy to see him. And I don't know what that gimmick was supposed to be. Not sure. Kyle Scully, good to see you. We've been here waiting for you. Call him Scotty Goldman. Who are you talking? Oh, isn't that the guy that O.J. Simpson killed? Or was that Colt Cabana's guy, name, or gimmick in WWE? Did they give him the name of the dude that was killed? I swear it was Scotty Goldman or something like that. That O.J. killed. And make no mistake about it, he killed both of them. 1,000,000%. What's up, Garrence Garrison? Good to see you. I'm not sure, Kyle, how many matches are left. I know we got the big TNT title match coming up with Miro and Sammy Guevara, so if I had to guess, I would probably say 2. Maybe 3 at the most, but no more than that. Ron Goldman, thank you. Scotty Goldman was what they gave Colt Cabana. Scotty Goldman. I don't know. Don't listen to me ever. I was like a junior in high school senior in high school, excuse me, when all of that OJ shit was going on. Crazy. Women's match is next. Okay, then we got TNT title after that, unless they squeeze in another kind of buffer, but we already got a couple of those. So I think that's probably going to be the end of it. Oh, Leo Rush is running a pyramid scheme on Facebook as a gimmick. I like it. Excuses, they're going to crutches for the weak and the untalented, and you ain't weak, and you ain't untalented. He's right, but this might be an excuse. Yeah, we might have got lost in the fact this man almost lost his life, and yeah, we might have got lost in the fact we want to embarrass Darby Allin and Sting, but right now, on September the 29th, with the greatest mind in tag team wrestling, steering the FTR ship, we are revitalized, we are rejuvenated, we are refocused. They're revitalized. They've been revived. It's almost like this is a revival of some sort. Would make a good name for a tag team, actually. Oh, shut up, Dan Lambert. Oh, good. Play Chris Jericho a compliment. The NBA is really pushing Lakers Nets for the finals this year. I wouldn't mind seeing that. That's the collision course I would set. Hopefully they'll book it right and make the right storyline decisions. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. I'm Dan Lambert. I'm not a millennial. I'm Generation X, so fuck you. And I never once lived in my parents' basement. Actually, I moved out 3 months after I graduated high school. Never looked back. So F you, Dan Lambert. Scrambled eggs? Does that mean he's on drugs now? Oh, okay. Well, if Jericho was was Omega, then there would be no balls to swing from. So it would be a moo point, like a cow's opinion. Shut the fuck up. I like that chant. I echo that. Give a rat's ass about Dan Lambert. Yeah, one thing I'll give Lambert is he gets heat. And stuff like that works. It's a smart idea because I literally, like, legitimately in my real life, I hate people like him. Want nothing to do with them. They're such loudmouth fuckers that really is just a mask for really, really deep insecurity. And can't be around fuckers like that. So making that a wrestling character is a good way to get heat with me. Smart move. Did he say Fuzzy Records? That's actually funny. I like Scorpio Sky. I want this to result in a push for Scorpio. Despite his ridiculous pants. I still want that for him. No more ridiculous than this guy, Ethan Page. If somebody like this walked into my restaurant, I would call the cops and have him removed. I'm like, your pants are too short. You're not wearing socks. Button your shirt up. If you look up douche in the dictionary, you see a picture of Ethan Page. You're so loud. You can accomplish just as much without screaming. I'm not sure if he knows that. It's my number one major psychotic fucking hatred, as George Carlin would say. It's not a pet peeve. It's a major psychotic fucking hatred. And that is the short, tight pants with the dress shoes and no socks. That look that guys have been doing for the past couple years, I'm floored by it. Look at Ethan Page and look at his feet. How in the world is that the style now? How in the world is that looked upon as good fashion? You look like you bought the wrong pants. Like, I would never in a million years, you couldn't pay me to dress like an idiot like that. Never. No amount of money. I'm like, I'd rather people not think I'm a cockwad, if at all possible. So, no, I'm not going to dress like that. And if any of you in the chat do that, knock that shit off. You don't want a woman that would want to be with a guy like that. You want somebody better. I like this matchup. Hikaru Shida and Serena Deeb. Hell yeah. I love Serena getting her Elaine Bennis on. Wow. Next Wednesday, second anniversary. Or anniversary. Yeah, second anniversary. Last year, their anniversary had to be in Daly's place. Who we got here? The Bunny. All right, more Hardy family people. I didn't know that the Bunny and the Blade were married. Never knew that. I saw Bunny on Twitter. I gave her a follow, and she had posted some anniversary picture. I had no idea. No idea. Whoosh. Never knew. Good for them. All right, Dark Order Mistresses here. I like that. Is that their name of their team? TJ? Or I guess it would be Ty J. I like their matching deals there. This is we've heard some rumors about another championship being added, and there has been talk of a women's tag. So we look like we got some teams here, 2 of them right here. You know, and this is the funny thing is even though this is a weird situation that WWE finds himself in, is even though I think WWE has the vastly superior women's division overall, like if you combine all the talent, they got a shit-ass tag division. And so that might be one area that AEW can do better than WWE in, is have an actual good competitive women's tag division, where now it's a complete joke. Even when you have good female talent holding the titles, the tag team titles, it doesn't mean anything. Those titles don't feel special at all. You can have a women's tag team title change on Raw or SmackDown, and I wouldn't even bat an eye. Wouldn't even care. Wouldn't even consider it a big deal. It would probably be one of the last things I talked about in my podcast. Where if you can change that in AEW and make a women's tag team title something that fans care to see competed for, they got a chance to do that. So, and how ironic would that be? They have a weaker overall women's division, but a stronger women's tag division. That's WWE for you. There should be no reason why WWE shouldn't have a very solid women's tag division, but they don't, because they don't put any thought or effort into creating teams and making teams and establishing teams. AEW, they could do that. And it feels like they might. They got 2 teams here with matching outfits and all that shit, so kick it off. HTK, no lies detected. Yeah, and Angie, you're right. The Iconics are the inspiration. They are definitely coming. If they're going to bring in a tag team title, there's no bigger free agent women's team out there right now than the 2 of them. So now they're going to be called the Inspiration, also with 2 eyes. Ugh. We'll see what happens. Oh, good. We got a pitcher-in-pitcher. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. I apologize for that. I am back before commercial is over. How do you like that? I'm just going to blank the page real quick. Oh, what am I doing? Sorry. I didn't mean to do that. This is what I meant to do. There you go. Just for a second. There. Push the wrong button. It happens. I don't have my RVD picture on here. I saved that for pay-per-view watch-along, so that's why I had to blank that out. All right, we got the bottom of the hour here. Half an hour left in the show. Jake from State Farm and Flo from Progressive, they're not teaming up, are they? Yeah, back in the day, WWE had a women's tag team title, sort of. Funny thing is about that, Victor, the 1980s women's tag team titles have a very interesting origin story. I want to say it was either Leilani Kai or Velvet McIntyre. One of them was involved. They were basically the NWA tag team champions, and they got signed by WWE, and they just turned the NWA tag titles into the WWE tag titles, which then they lost to, I think, like the Glamour Girls, and Jumping Bomb Angels had a run with them, who were a great, innovative tag team for that time, and lost them back to the Glamours, and then they vacated or just disbanded the title, I guess. But if you read how WWE created the title, it's interesting. I don't know if I had the story right. It's something to that effect. I can't remember exactly. But if you look up kind of the history of the women's tag team title in the 80s, you'll see that it has connections to the NWA. And it's cool. It's a cool story. So look it up. It's fun reading if you ever choose to. Marcus the Entertainer, thank you for the $5, man. Serena Deeb should replace Kenny as the main producer of the women. She's such a good mind for putting women's matches together. Maybe. I think Serena Deeb is an awesome veteran, and she's a great veteran personality to have in that locker room for sure. As far as replacing Kenny, I mean, are we replacing Kenny because we don't like Kenny? Or do we really feel like she'd be a better person for that? She is a woman. She understands women's wrestling better, you would think, than Kenny Omega. But it's the same thing with like being an agent, in WWE, or anywhere, a lot of times a male competitor can help put together a women's match. So I don't know. I think personally Serena Deeb is more than capable of that. She's been training wrestlers for a lot of years. I think she even had a run at the Performance Center, right? Working out with talent and stuff. So I wouldn't resist that at all, that idea. But who's to say Kenny's bad for the women's matches, Kenny's got a pretty awesome style. So if he can kind of help guide women to that degree, I don't think that's bad. And Anna Jay just chokes out Penelope Ford, and right on. Tay and Jay get the victory here. So basically, Marcus, I'm not against anything that involves Serena Deeb having a bigger role. If that's something that Kenny wants to pass off to her, then I'd be all for it. -1, you little... They love him. I mean, in about 10 years, he's going to have the hots for both of them. That's going to be interesting to see how he manages those feelings. Good luck to you, kid. I'm really glad that he has, just good support around him and stuff. I mean, it seems like this kid's going to, because he's got the contract with AEW, he's going to finish school, he's going to have the right motivation behind him. It's not going to be a situation where his dad dies and then he's lost in life and can't find his way. I mean, people are making sure this kid is going to be all right. And that's very touching. Because I believe that is also the deal, isn't it? Doesn't he have to finish school to get the contract with AEW? So, he's got motivation. I always forget, Marcus. Thank you for 2 more, that Jerry Lynn is there. Yeah, Jerry Lynn. Anybody there, I have no doubt that with the people that are in AEW currently, that the women are well taken care of in terms of the advice, direction, and whatnot that they're getting from some of the more from the employees there and a lot of the wrestlers with experience. I think they're in good hands as it is. And I don't believe for a minute that Serena Deeb doesn't have anything to do with anything. I think she probably is somebody that the women, somebody young like Anna Jay, can sit down and say, hey, you got a minute? I got a couple, it's okay if I run a couple things past you, see what you think. I'm sure Serena Deeb is more than available in that capacity there. We should all be shutting up because MJF is in the ring, by the way. MJF isn't currently feuding with anybody, is he? He finished Brian Pillman last week, so could this be where we see CM Punk? No, he's still doing that Team Taz. See, if he's going to start running down names here, I think eventually he might. We got Darby Allin, whatever. We got Darby Allin, whatever. Did he really compete in the first match ever? I didn't even know that. What the fuck is the first match ever? Help me, chat. I don't remember much about the first Dynamite. Somebody come out and confront him. Oh, easily Chase. He's definitely going to turn on Ward. I think Wardlow's going to turn on him for him being such a piece of shit. They're chanting it now. Oh, Bruce Pritchard. He's got Brucey on speed dial, huh? Is that it? Is that a fact? Oh, good. Punk felt like he almost had to there, huh? Everybody's got Bruce Pritchard on speed dial. It's nothing to brag about, says Punk. Well, here comes Darby. Now they're bringing up school shooters, and Jericho got in trouble for smoking? Darbinator, Darbarino. Big time Darby Jam. Like, why is he bringing up Bruce Pritchard? I love it. Mm-hmm. What is in Darby's hair? He's got a stick of gum in his hair? Dude, you got some juicy fruit up in your 2000s haircut. Yeah, you have no championships. I only see one LeBaron, Freddie. I don't see two LeBarons. Jesus, don't tell us something if this is real. Oh, fuck me. Is this for real? Did this really happen to Darby? Is that why he's straight edge? I feel like CM Punk could come down and help defend him. Oh, my God. So is that for real? I didn't even know that. I'm going to kill you. Mention the juicy fruit in his hair. That's what I do. Darby is not scared of MJF's macho head games at all. Damn, MJF left. Well, I wasn't aware of Darby. I had no idea if that was a real thing that had happened to him in his life. That's certainly a situation that would make one be straight edge. And bringing that up is rough. It's not exactly like Darby's an old man. That this happened years and years ago. This was probably recent. There we go. Nick Jackson, Bryan Danielson, right on. That'll be fun. I missed that triple threat. It's Jade Cargill and Nyla and somebody else. Okay, Danielson, Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Christian Cage versus the Elite next week. And Serena Deeb and I'm ready to see her, Serena Deeb and Hikaru Shida. And then we got Miro and Sammy Guevara in the main event here. Right on. He's got a gambling problem. That's not my business. I mean, what are they going to do here? Are they just going to murder poor Sammy? Oh, my God. Darby's uncle killed Katie Vick. Well, I think we can joke and talk about that if the Darby uncle thing is just kayfabe storyline, but if that's real, then that's pretty gnarly. But if they're two kayfabe storylines, why not cross the universes? Although Darby probably was barely, but well, shit, he was alive. It could be. The timeline would kind of work. All right, Miro and Sammy. Here we go. I don't think Shawn Spears sucks at all. But I don't think he stands out. I view Shawn Spears a lot like I view Kazarian. Really good hand, can be counted on, knows what he's doing, but nobody that I'm falling all over myself paying him money to see, you know? He's another guy that he found life outside of WWE all that time that they just did shit with him. You know, he came there and he found shit to do. He was the chairman. He had the feud with Cody. He did some stuff at first and kind of lost a little bit of momentum. But I also think that he can still be there, effective on the roster, doing whatever for a while. Sounds like he's going to be bringing his... Are they married, him and Peyton? Or Cassie, I guess? Or are they just going out? I don't know if the chair gimmick is over any more than his other gimmick. I mean, I thought the Perfect 10 thing was over with the audience, and WWE didn't capitalize. Garrison, if I was a pro wrestler, would I be a heel or a face? I'd be both. I would strive to be Kevin Owens, Edge, Seth Rollins to a degree. I would strive to be somebody that could flourish and thrive and get a fresh start regardless of what I was doing, and I would want to do both equally well. Because if you do only one equally well, you're only talking about half the money. Or if you can do both, you can constantly have a fresh start and reinvent yourself, you know, every couple of years or whatnot, which some guys can do very well. So I would want to be both, and I think I could have fun at both. I could definitely have fun being a heel, but face can be fun too. Face might have a little bit more pressure because it's when you're a heel, you can't lose. Like if you're a heel and you hear boos, that's a win. But if you're a heel and you hear cheers, that's also a win because that means you're connecting and getting over. Where if you're a babyface, anything other than cheering is going to draw criticism. So, you know, it's easier, I think, to be a heel. But I would like to excel at both if I was in the biz. Okay, these commercials. They always play the same ones. I don't know. I'm not betting on Sammy here tonight. I got all my chips on Miro. Plus, I ain't trying to see this guy lose, man. Miro aside from Roman Reigns, because I find them very similar. Give me that fucking match. Can we put that together for WrestleMania? Miro and Roman Reigns. They're two of my favorite people to watch right now, just because of how funny they are. Especially both of them. But Miro with his promos and his flexible wife and all that shit that he says, and being the Redeemer, and Roman Reigns. I'm gonna smash him, man. I'm gonna smash him. Fucking give me those guys every day, and I'm a happy wrestling fan. As I've gotten older, I've tend to appreciate heels more, just because sometimes they can be so damn entertaining. When you don't legitimately hate the heel, it can make it a lot easier. All right, Sammy. Talking about another nice guy that I've met. It's Mr. Guevara here. Know what else I like about AEW that they've done very well is I do like their theme music. I don't think it's been that bad. There's a lot of wrestlers like Sammy, like MJF, like Orange Cassidy that have very distinguishable themes. Like when you hear the theme, you know it's them. And that's very good. And you combine homemade themes with, licensing some music, and you make that nice combination. I think they hold up really well to WWE in the theme music department, where back in the day in WCW, there was no contest. Jim Johnson had no equal, and there was nothing WCW could do or create outside of a couple of themes that was ever going to be as good as that. Where AEW, when you compare their current theme music to WWE's current theme music, I think they're on equal footing. Where back in the day, it was WWE was so far ahead, So got to give AEW credit for that they've created themes that fans know, recognize, and have helped be part of the wrestler's persona. Where WWE seems like they kind of been going in the opposite direction, when that seemed to be a very important thing with Jim Johnson and all that stuff. Now it seems to be like a secondary thing that they don't think about as much, and it's got a much more generic vibe to it. So you guys can cast your vote. Overall, who do you think has better theme music, AEW or WWE? I kind of feel like they're equal, but you guys might have an opinion. You might think that one is by far better than the other. I kind of think they're equal. Because WWE, despite all their generic shit, does have some themes that I really like. Miro offering up his belt to the gods or whatever. Love it. God's favorite champion. The TNT title is the only belt I've really ever liked with a white strap. You guys know how I feel about that. Well, we got 14 minutes left in the show here, so he's going to give Sammy some sort of a good match here. Does Sammy always wear that chain? Oh, overall, nobody touches WWE. I'm talking about currently. I'm talking about like current product that you see on Raw and SmackDown and Dynamite. I think the theme musics are on equal footing. But yeah, if you're judging the whole entire company, obviously, WWE wins by 2,000 miles. But right now, current product, current active roster members in both promotions, I don't look at one company as superior in the theme music department. Jim Johnson deserves a ton of credit. And I mean, I was at the age where theme music was very important, and that was a big part of a lot of those characters and those gimmicks. Without it, I don't know how over Razor Ramon or Undertaker would have been. Those were hokey-ass gimmicks. On the surface, they sound stupid. WWE just found a situation where it worked because of the people playing the role, the music treatment, all of that stuff. It worked. They got lucky. Yeah, I don't know much about TNA's theme music. There's not many themes that I know in TNA. None, actually, now that I think about it. I can't even think of what Angles or AJ's or Joe's or Daniels, not Beer Money. I can't even hear their themes in my head. Oh, see, I am the opposite. I hated Roman's old music and love his new music. I actually dig his new music. I don't know why. I like it. He needed a change. He needed something bad. But I was worried that whatever they found for him wouldn't work, and I think this did. Oh, Sammy sidestepping Miro into the steel steps. Miro getting his ass whooped in there. Go, Sammy. Oh, wow. What happened there? I think he was going to try to shooting star, and Miro was going to catch him. They crumpled a little bit. Big throw. Whew. They nearly pulled that off. Yeah, Divine, you're going to be in Dynamite next week in Philly. Where's it at? It's not at, what do they even call it now, Divine? Where do the Sixers play? It's the same building. Back in the day, when I went there for WrestleMania 15, it was called something bank. It was a bank. And I think it's changed a few times. So it's probably not in that arena. Maybe it's in something smaller. But that's going to be fun, man. I'm jealous. Yeah, maybe I need to listen. I need to look up Samoa Joe's TNA theme. All you guys are saying it's awesome. Oh, Demolition's theme, Rick Derringer. I have the entire Pile Driver album, not only on VHS, but on cassette, too. Raise your hands if you got that in your collection. And Demolition's theme is on it. Yeah, Shooting Star Flatliner is kind of what they were trying to go into there. They almost pulled it off. They get an A for effort there, man. Think about how much better Sammy's going to get. I mean, he still looks like he's 15 years old. I mean, he's going to get so much better, provided he stays injury-free. I think he can create. I think there's a lot of guys in AEW right now that can create, provided they stay there and don't jump or nothing. They can create quite the legacy there. AEW's in position 10 years from now to have a whole good chunk of like AEW homegrown originals with legacies and championship wins in the company. Just give it 10 years, give it a decade. Actually, I don't want to think about that because then I'll be in my mid-50s. But give it 10 years and see where they're at with some of these guys. Oh, yeah? See, I cannot believe I can't even think of his song. I've seen Samoa Joe matches in TNA. I watched the entire confrontation between him and Kurt Angle when that all first went down, but I cannot think of what his song sounds like in my head. So I'll be looking that up tonight. Why is he wearing underwear? Oh, yeah, I've seen this commercial. I thought we were doing a Zoom thing. I'm never in any underwear when I do streams, but sometimes I'm in shorts and sometimes I'm in like pajama pants. Tonight, Nike shorts. Yeah, Wachovia Center. It was Wachovia Center, then it was something else after that. I'm picturing a green logo. What the fuck was the green logo bank after Wachovia? So when I went there, it was Wachovia Center. But then after that, it was something else. First Union Center. First Union Center is what it was. Maybe that's when I went there. When it was First Union, then it was Wachovia, whatever the fuck. But it's probably something else now. I remember when I was leaving it's a crazy memory. When I was leaving WrestleMania 15, we were walking out to the car, and all of the cars had flyers on the windshield wipers for WWF The Music Volume 3 CD that was, I guess, must have just about to be released. Or maybe it's Volume 4. It was one of those that was just about to be released, apparently, and all the cars had, like, flyers to call the number to order it or order through mail or some shit. Wells Fargo Center. Thank you, Divine Ricks. AEW will be in Lycoris Center? Lycoris Center. Let's search that as Miro continues to dominate. Capacity 10,000. Right on. Who the fuck plays there? Oh, Temple. All right. That's Temple University. Okay, it's named after the Temple University president. Interesting. Okay. Temple. I remember he just died, the coach for Temple all those years. What was his name? John something? One more time, fans are chanting, come on, lay off Sammy. I mean, I'm wondering if we're going to get Fuego out there. Maybe Fuego comes out and turns on Sammy. Wow, what was that? It's a Spanish fly, standing Spanish fly? John Chaney, thank you for that. Yeah, he just passed away, I think, recently. I remember when he died. But as a kid, I remember him. I loved college basketball as a kid. So I knew all those coaches and stuff. John Chaney, wow. Oh, big running kick or running knee there from Sammy. He's got Miro a little stunned here. Miro's down. Sammy's setting him up. Kick. Waist locks. Flips out of the German. Miro. Oh, big bump from Miro. Man. I don't know if he did really hit his head on the turnbuckle, but it was still a good bump. Wow, I love that move. Ooh, Miro landed right on Sammy's leg. He seems to be fine, though. Hope he's all right. Miro did land right on his leg. That's an amazing move that Sammy does, how he does that flip over the top turnbuckle like that. Fucking crazy. Ooh. No, Sammy, kick out. 4 minutes left. Come on. Yeah, transferring heat. That's part of the reason why I remember John Chaney so much is I remember that press conference when John Calipari, when he busted in there and he wanted to fight him. That was awesome shit. I remember watching that as it happened on ESPN or whatever the fuck. Miro's up. Miro's pissed. We got about 2 minutes left in the show. I mean, you got to beat Sammy clean here. Maybe a Machka kick first. Nope, missed. Sammy ducks. Running knee. Miro, big superplex spot coming up here. Conor McGregor fans, what did you miss? You missed an hour and 58 minutes of Dynamite. It's 2 hours long. Cutter. Second rope cutter. Got Miro rocked here. Miro's going to have to capitalize here and annihilate him here quickly. Minute left. GTA. Ugh. Sammy kicks out again. I was about to say, I think he's going to kick out one more time. You got to game over him. You got to break his back. Sammy Guevara giving the Jungle Boy effort here. He rolled out of the ring. Holy shit. Y'all got like 1 minute left here. Miro's trying to rip. Oh, shit. There, he's got it. I was about to say, don't don't struggle with this. They're got to go off air here any second. What are you doing? There's no time for this. Do they have an overrun? According to my clock here, the show should be over, like right now. But instead, Fuego del Sol's out here. It looks like -1 is back. Knocked out. Guess he's -2. They're not going to take the belt off of him this way, are they? With him getting rammed into the fucking buckle? No way. No way. Tornado DDT, there's no way he's winning this. Fans are standing. Miro is... No way! No way! No way! No. He's going for the fucking... He's got to kick out of this, or he's got to move. We are not getting a title change here. Fuck you to him. Oh, he hit him. He hit it. What? That is incredible. That is incredible. Wouldn't have seen it. Wouldn't have thought it. That is quite awesome. Well, I wasn't ready to beat Miro until the next Olympics, but I couldn't be happier for Sammy Guevara. Jesus. Man. Oh, good. It's because Roads to the Top is premiering. Well, wow. That's pretty awesome. Sorry, I'm just typing something. Shouting, they're doing a congrats to Sammy. Well, what'd y'all think of Dynamite? Give me your letter grades, your number grades in the chat. I thought it was a great match. I thought it was a good win. I saw Miro kind of tearing off the turnbuckles. We'll hang out. We'll stay up here and stay live until we go to the first commercial break, and apparently we're going to hear from Sammy Guevara, so we'll stay up and do this. But I wasn't expecting a title change tonight. So as soon as Miro started ripping off those turnbuckle pads, and I'm like, oh, he could get reversed into that. Would be a good way to catch a quick pin on him. And Sammy did that. But then when he got him down and he went for the big 630 or whatever, I'm like, oh shit, Miro's going to put his knees up, move or whatever. And he didn't. He hit it and he pinned Miro and won the title. Was not expecting that. Your new TNT champion, Sammy Guevara. That's pretty incredible. Just wasn't thinking it was even close to time to taking that belt off of Miro, but they did it here, and they made a story out of it. I mean, it took Fuego a couple of shots against Miro. He lost his car. Miro attacked and fucked both of these guys up. You would think that I would see this coming, but I just thought Miro was too strong of a character and a champion to really be beat right now. But that is quite the victory for Sammy Guevara. You guys are giving this thing A's, A+, B's, C+. Good stuff all around. I thought it was a great show, fun show. And that's pretty badass. So congrats to Sammy Guevara. Couldn't have asked for a better surprise there. I really just didn't think there was any chance that there was going to be a title change there. So, wow. Good stuff, fun stuff, and that was a surprise that I was not expecting. It didn't keep Transferring Heat's attention. It kept most of mine, maybe a couple of those tag matches they had back-to-back, that Cody one, and then the big one they had after that, but that had the nice Dark Order moment with -1 and stuff. So I thought it was an overall good, maybe not, not the best Dynamite they've ever had or anything like that, but certainly a solid show. And everybody had something to do, and storylines were continued, and what else do you want, So Cody is on roads to the top here talking about this Malachi Black shit. It feels like they would have to start way back in the series if they're just doing this now. I thought it would be chronicling like Cody's last year. Or maybe it is. Maybe that was just the intro there. I don't know. Anyway, once they get to the first commercial, we'll see what Sammy Guevara has to say, and then I will get out of here. Alex, you could be right about Miro moving into the world title picture soon. I was kind of hoping Miro would move to the world title picture soon, but also remain TNT champion, at least for a little while longer. And, of course, next year, early January, they did set a date. I don't remember what it is. It might be the 5th. I think that's when Dynamite moves to TBS. But it will remain the TNT championship because Dynamite, I guess. So it works. Divine Ricks has got an A coming up, B+. So A's and B's from most people, and I would agree with that. Very solid stuff tonight from the folks over at AEW. Yeah, it's so hard. It's hard to be torn in matches like that. Like, on one hand, I'm like super happy for Sammy because I actually had Sammy pegged as a future TNT title holder as it was. It just wasn't something I was thinking was going to happen right now. So any title defense that Miro has basically between now and the end of the year, I was going to just assume he was going to win. So didn't give this one much thought, even if you follow the story, follow the way Miro has just been shitting on poor Fuego, took his car away from him. At some point the heel's got to get his comeuppance, right? So the fact that I couldn't see that is, I guess, just how much I love Miro and what a fangirl I am of Miro. So he's no longer champion, and that saddens me. But I believe God will forgive him for that, and his flexible wife will make him feel better with a lot of her flexibility and whatnot, and Miro will be just fine. And hopefully target some bigger championships. Oh, Lee Johnson is dating Julia Hart, huh? Well, they're two very, very young kids. Good for them. Hope it lasts. Julia Hart is very young. So is Lee Johnson. So they will probably both have multiple relationships in the business, I'm sure. No, Divine Ricks, did I miss your super chat? Shit, my bad. What the hell's wrong with me? Oh, yeah, I did. I got your super chat. We talked about the Wells Fargo. Maybe I just didn't say it too long. Yeah, I did see it and did mention it. I was trying to think of all the different names that, and then I even, I Googled where you're going to be in Dynamite next week. Remember? 10,000 people capacity, that sort of thing. So yeah, we talked about it. But thanks for reminding me because sometimes I do forget. No, Mike, I have not seen any news on the Owen Hart Cup. I had mentioned when that information was first released that I personally hope that they don't begin the Owen Hart Cup until next year, like early 2022. I think that would be the best time, give them time to kind of plan everything. Plus, it might give enough time to add some talent there because there's one piece of talent that I have already pegged for the inaugural winner of that, and that's Kevin Steen. I think that would just be fucking great if he was the first guy to hold it, because whoever the first person is to hold it needs to be somebody, probably number one needs to be a babyface. And you can have heels win it after the fact, but I think the first one needs to be a face. Needs to be a nice moment. It needs to be somebody who at least has, number one, an affiliation to the Hart family or some sort of really deep love for them. So Steen makes the perfect fit there. Jericho would work. Even Pillman Jr. There are options there. So, yeah, I'm hoping for 2022 is when we get a start on that. All right, we got roads to the top here going on. Are you guys going to go to commercial soon so we can hear from Sammy Guevara? If you guys checked out Cassidy Haynes of Bodyslam.net released a big update today on some of the inner backstage workings and shit and whatnot in AEW and some of the roles that the EVPs play and how much power they do and do not have. Very interesting read, talking about how Tony Khan is largely the final say and the only one really making any sort of final decisions in terms of creative, and how Cody is kind of like in a little island by himself and doesn't have as close of a relationship with the other EVPs as he used to. So take that for what it's worth. Read up on that article if you want to hear some of that shit. And you can learn a lot. It was good stuff. Yeah, Kevin Steen seemed like he'll have to be Kevin Steen there, which is fine. And I think him winning the Owen Cup because of what his last name used to be in WWE and the ties there could be fun and interesting, would certainly make for a very fun post-match victory promo, that's for sure. And would love to see it. Then again, I also think that the winner of the Owen Cup needs to be a babyface. So, you know, they might not want to bring Owens or Steen in as a babyface. Might be a heel when he comes in. I don't know. So it just depends. Yeah, Mike, we talked about that when the announcement was first made about the cup and what the details could be, because we don't know. I don't know. Like, Brett has been in AEW before. He was the one that presented the title to the winner, right? You know, when they first launched. However, I also know that I think there was a falling out from what I remember between him and Martha in terms of the relationship with WWE. I think Brett and her were on the same page initially, but then as Brett went back into the WWE fold, the relationship changed and things are a lot different. So I don't know if they've made peace or not, but if there's any sort of bad blood there, Martha might say, look, I just don't want Brett involved. But I also think that if Martha is willing to work with AEW, then she also needs to understand the legacy of Owen. And we're not working with WWE is one thing, but Brett, he's not to blame for what happened to Owen. So any issues that Martha has with Brett, I'm hoping those could be overlooked for the sake of the Owen tournament and how important Brett was to Owen's career, especially for that run they had in '94 and how they were linked for so long. So I would like to think, without knowing Martha very well, that she's a rational and reasonable woman, and any issues she has and any refusal she has to ever do business with WWE, that shouldn't apply, you know, to people that didn't have anything to do with what happened to her husband. And Brett's very important to Owen's career. So if AEW wants to make Bret Hart a part of that, I would hope that Martha is cool, and how much Martha really has to say about it, you know, or whatnot. So the details on that, I'm sure we'll hear little by little as we get closer, but those are questions that I have, you know, and I'm curious how all that's going to work out and what the deal is going to be. Victor, that's an excellent way to promote the move to TBS, is pair that and combine that with the Owen Hart tournament. Good way to kick off the year, perhaps. Might be a good way to establish a time period for that as well for AEW, because if they want to make the Owen Hart Cup an annual thing, you would think they would want to do the cup the same time every year. So if you made that like a New Year's thing, like every new year you crown a new Owen Hart Cup champion, that could be something to look forward to after the holidays every year, annually. So I think that would be an excellent way. You can start the first Owen Hart tournament by co-promoting it with the switch to TBS, and then from here on out, hold the Owen Hart tournament on the first couple of Dynamites of the year, the first 3, or I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know how they're going to do it, if they're going to have the finals on pay-per-view, if they're going to run it like King of the Ring or whatever. I don't think it's going to be its own individual pay-per-view, so I would assume these tournament matches would take place on television, with the main event either being on pay-per-view or main eventing Dynamite one week. So it just depends on how they set it up. All those details need to be worked out, and either way, I think it's going to be awesome. I don't think AEW is going to phone in tournaments the way WWE tends to do that sometimes. I think they're going to take it seriously and make sure they honor Owen the proper way, you know, and they're not just doing it to do it. They're actually doing it because they care. And I feel like they could, they'd be better at that. Are we going to a damn commercial yet? Rhodes is in there. Who is that? Rebel doing his hair? Or his makeup or whatever? All right, we're still doing Rhodes to the top. We are going to wait until we get the Sammy Guevara promo, which apparently we're going to get. So once we get that, I'll bounce my ass out of here. Okay. Well, AEW has had plans to move the TNT title. That's fine. That belt does switch a lot more frequently than I thought it would, and the champions have been frequent, and that's kind of good. NXT kind of set up the U.S. title that way, not the U.S., the North American title that way, because it seemed like it was changing hands frequently, and I don't really have that much of an issue with it. Miro was just such a specifically strong champion that I thought it was going to take a lot to put him down. Where some of the other matches, you can have a quick win here or there or whatnot, but I just thought it was going to be a little tougher to beat him. Oh, is this what Cody's talking about, the promo? Are we still watching this? Oh, yeah, this promo where he talks about his kid and he cries and, ugh. He's so overdramatic. Oh, yeah, Anthony Ogogo and look at MJF's laughing. I don't know why we're watching this. Why in the world are we watching Rhodes to the Top together? It's because they said as Dynamite was going off the air that Sammy Guevara was going to have a promo during the first commercial break of this. So we're hanging around. But we're having to suffer through. At least they're acknowledging this promo was the shits. American princess. Look, we're all very happy that you had a kid, but like fucking everybody has kids. You're a kid. You were a kid. I know it's nice to think that having a kid is special, but it's kind of not. Like everybody does it. Did they ever do a gender reveal party? I assume it was extremely obnoxious. Oh, yeah, now he gets to be the American Dream for one night. That was all nice. No emotion. Can you guys go to commercial now? I don't care about your show at all, at all, at all, at all. Okay, there we go. Cool, commercial. Let's see what Sammy Guevara's got. There he is, the champ. What a win. Tony Schiavone in the earring. Love you, man. Congrats, Sammy. Very happy for you. Mm-hmm. Brodie Lee shirt on both of them. Bobby Fish? You don't even go here. Wow, Sammy versus Bobby Fish next week. Oh, these fucking guys. Oh. Fuck Dan Lambert. Can I turn this shit off now? Scorpio. Sammy doesn't look scared of you. Scorpio Sky was actually a guy I thought would win the TNT title. This might be at the beginning of that. I don't know. When Scorpio was still a babyface, I kind of thought that he'd be a good candidate to win the TNT title. Bobby Fish and Adam Cole on the same show. Crazy. Half of Undisputed Era hanging around in All Elite Wrestling. What a world. What a fucking world. Anyway, I am going to get out of here now. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out this evening. Keep in mind, make sure you shoot me a follow over on Twitter and stay tuned over here on YouTube. I'll put an announcement up. There's going to be a weird podcast this week. We're either doing a quick one about an hour early on Saturday, or I'm bumping the whole thing to Sunday. Not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'll find out tomorrow and put that information up on the Twitter page, up on the YouTube page, and all that stuff. So stay tuned for that so you know what the hell's going on this weekend, because we got the draft coming up on Friday. Starts on Friday with SmackDown. Pretty big Rampage stacking up for AEW as well. And then, of course, this coming Monday night, too, with the draft. So there's going to be a lot to talk about this weekend. We'll be sure to do that. And you'll get me either Saturday or Sunday. And then, of course, on Monday night for night 2 of the draft and a full review of the show. So you guys take care. Have a good Wednesday, and I will catch you